Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be joined by Cory from CDR, and we're going to be doing a review for Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. So before I get into my part of the review, I'll let Cory do his part, so take it away, Cory.
Hey guys, Cory from CDR here, and thank you so much, Robbie, for having me on a collab with you for Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, which is my favorite Friday movie, and I had to talk about it because this one always, for me, is just a special spot because I watched it first. This and Part 3 I watched first in the franchise. I love the over-the-top, extreme exploitiveness of this movie. It is so entertaining. All these characters are so incredibly fun. They're some of the best characters in a slasher that are just so entertaining, so hilarious. Like Ethel, who is one of the funniest characters ever in any horror movie, any slasher movie, where she will say shit like, "You dumb dildo, eat your fucking slop." Like stuff like that makes it so charming and so fun. And charming is a weird word to say, but you know what I mean. Like it makes it such a likable, fun, sleazy movie. And I know a lot of people dislike this one for the sleaziness, but I love it. And I'm usually not a fan of like sleazy porn type of movies, but Danny Steinman did a great job of making this so overexploitive, so entertaining, and so hilarious. And the kills are good, even though they're neutered. And I love Tommy as a character. I love how he, in this movie, is going through the trauma of being the person who killed Jason, while maybe he might be the killer. And I've really loved that idea, even though it doesn't fully go through with it. I really love the performance of John Shepherd. And I love the musical score again, like all the other movies. The soundtrack is awesome. Pseudo Echo His Eyes is a fantastic song. Love all these characters, love the kills, love the humor, love the exploitiveness, and this is my favorite Friday for that reason. So thank you so much, Robbie, for having me on a collab, and if you guys want to check out my channel, CDR, go check it out, and thank you guys so much for watching.
Okay, thank you, Cory, very much for being in this video. It's awesome having you in here and everything, and I'm really glad you like this movie because this one's actually not one of my most favorites, so at least if people who do like this video are watching it, at least they got somebody that did really like it, everything. But I'll leave a link to his channel. He's got awesome movie reviews and stuff on there. He's reviewed all of these movies, so definitely go on his channel and check them out and everything. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box below. So now I'll get on with my part. The movie is directed by Danny Steinman, who was known for being a porn director at the time and everything of this movie, and you can kind of tell that he was a porn director, the way some of the scenes are shot in this movie and everything, and even some of the score kind of has the reminiscence of a softcore porno, I noticed a little bit, but you could tell that that he was a porn director. But it's written by Martin Kitrasso, David Cohen, and Danny Steinman, and this movie follows Tommy Jarvis, who's now I think he's a teenager now. He's going to this halfway house and everything, and a copycat killer pretending to be kind of like Jason, or wants to be wannabe Jason, is going around killing people and everything. The killer's name is Roy, and this really intimidating name. No offense, Roy just really isn't that scary. But now he has a hockey mask like Jason and everything. He's trying to pretend to be Jason and everything, but we find out it's Roy who is wanting to get revenge on everybody after seeing the dead body of his kid that was murdered by one of the other kids in the halfway house. But this is a very strange movie in the series. I don't really know what to say about this movie. it's strange. The cast is decent. They all fit their roles pretty well. None of the characters really have that much development or anything, but in this series you don't really get that anyway. But these are some of the, I think, some of the weakest characters in the franchise. Personally, if you want me to be honest, I think this one, like the first movie, has some of the weakest characters. Tommy Jarvis is played by John Shepard, and I think he was alright as Tommy and everything. I thought Corey Feldman in the Part 4 was a whole lot better, and I wish that he would have been able to be in this movie and they would have just had him in it through the whole thing, but he's only in here at the very beginning for a little brief cameo and everything. And I understand why he was in the middle of filming The Goonies, which is a great movie and everything, but I thought John Shepard did okay. I think out of the 3 actors that played Tommy Jarvis, though, he's my least favorite. Melanie Kinnaman plays Pam Rogers, who is like I guess she's like the owner of the halfway house or whatever. She is the final girl in this movie, and I think she's probably one of the worst final girls in this whole franchise. She's just very, very annoying character, and I thought that Melanie Kinnaman's acting was terrible. She was like really over the top, overacting and everything. People talk about Samuel Jackson and Nicolas Cage, but this woman was like them two, but even worse and everything. There were times it was amusing, but it got really old, especially, and her screaming really got on my nerves really bad. Shavar Ross, who was on Three's Company, he played one of Gary Coleman's character, one of his character's friends. He was really good. He played a kid named Reggie the Reckless. I thought he was really good in this movie. I thought he was one of the highlights. And Richard Young plays Dr. Letter. I think he did alright. Tiffany Helm plays Violet. She was good. Juliette Cummins as Robin was good. Tiffany Helm was on an episode of 21 Jump Street. I thought she was pretty good on there too. Marco St. John plays Sheriff Tuckett. I thought he was good. Jerry Pavlon as Jake was good. Debbie Sue Voorhees, or as she's known now, Deborah Voorhees, plays Tina. I think she was one of the best casted characters in this movie. I thought she was really good in it. Carol Locatell plays Ethel. She's like this redneck woman, redneck hick lady, and she is hilarious. Her and her son, I can't remember which one's her son, because I really don't remember who all of these characters are by their names, to be completely honest. But she was absolutely hilarious and everything. She's like really, really mean, but she's funny though, the way she talks and everything. Vernon Washington plays George. I thought he did a good job. John Robert Dixon plays Eddie. I thought he was good. I believe that the character that Ethel's son might be Junior, played by Ron Sloan, but either way, both of them two, the two redneck hillbilly people, they were funny. Miguel N. Nunez Jr. plays Demon. He was also in The Return of the Living Dead. I thought he was awesome in that. And he was in Scooby-Doo as the voodoo guy and everything in the 2002 Scooby-Doo movie. I didn't realize that was him and everything. I thought that was really cool. Jera Fields plays Anita. She's good. Rebecca Wood as Lana was good. Bob D. Simone as Billy was good. Corey Parker as Pete was good. Anthony Barrell as Vinny was good. William Caskey Swaim as the paramedic Duke was good. He's like a really big jerk as well. A lot of these characters are really not likable because they're just really not that friendly characters. Mark Venturi plays Vic, who is the one that kills Roy's son and everything. He's not in it very much, but he did a decent job. And then Jason is in this movie for a little bit, like in little flashback scenes, or when Tommy's having nightmares and stuff. And those few scenes that he's in, at the beginning he's played by John Hawke. In the very first scene of the movie, it's just pretty much him coming out of the grave in a nightmare that Tommy was having. And then they show him again, played by Tom Morga. And they both were decent as Jason, I guess. I mean, they didn't have enough screen time to really tell how good they were in the role. And Dick Wieand, I think is how you say his last name, plays Roy. And I thought he was alright as Roy. I mean, like I said, I didn't think Roy was really that great of a killer, to be honest. I didn't really like the whole twist and the Scooby-Doo ending for Roy, but yeah, it was just an alright character. This, like I said, this isn't one of my favorite movies in the franchise, if you really want me to be honest. It's probably my second least favorite. I'm not going to say which one's my very least favorite till after I get to that one and try to decide if that one is my least favorite for sure or not. But I mean, following part 4, any of them, or any way you do it, it was going to be hard. But this movie was really rushed into production and stuff because of how good part 4 did and everything. And you could tell they didn't really think too much into this movie and everything. And the kills suck in this movie. That they're like really butchered because the MPAA was really giving them a hard time and everything. So that the kills are really bad in this. That they're really neutered down and everything. My dog is neutered and has more balls than this movie does. But this is just not one of my favorite movies in the Friday the 13th franchise. I'm glad that Cory really enjoys it, because it's nice to know that there's some people out there that can really enjoy it. I really try, but first 30 minutes of it, I really was getting into it again when I was watching it and really enjoying it. But then after that, it just kind of slowed down for me. It just never really picked back up. I don't know what it is. It's just not one of my favorites. It's a decent movie and it's watchable. I mean, I can watch it when I'm binge watching all of the Friday the 13th movies. I wouldn't want to skip it or anything, but it's just not one that's one of my favorites. So I'd give Friday the 13th Part 5: A New Beginning a 7 out of 10, because I think it's an okay movie. It's just not one of the best in the franchise and everything. But thank you again, Cory, for joining me in this review, and I'm really glad you liked this movie quite a bit, because and everything. But I'll leave a link to his channel, so definitely check that out. And I'll also leave a link to the Facebook group Horror Enthusiast 101, so you can check that out. It's an awesome group. And feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of this movie. Is it one of your favorite Friday movies, or is it one of your least favorites? Let me know that in the comments. And have a good day, everybody.